What actually happened to Pyth? Nothing happened. Silence happened. The trading volume of Pyth is pretty much at all-time lows. And that's across the board. This is among the whales, among large retail, medium-sized and small retail. Nobody is trading Pyth anymore. And so relative to Solana, it performed really poorly. A drop from top to bottom of minus 80% roughly. I think it's very, very important to look at relative valuations. Not just look at the US dollar price, but at the relative performance to SOL or to Bitcoin. Because whenever we buy an altcoin, we want to see outsized performance, right? We take on more risk by buying Pyth compared to just buying SOL. And we want to get that risk compensated because in the end, a lot of crypto is highly correlated to one another, right? When Bitcoin goes up, then Solana goes up, then Pyth tends to go up and vice versa. So it's the outperformance that matters. And Pyth has been done not so well. And yes, this fact is somewhat masked by the US dollar chart because Solana itself did quite well. Here is SOLD, so the Solana dominance or the fraction of all of crypto that's currently in Solana in terms of market cap. That's very close to an all-time high. And that's why Pyth in US dollars seems to simply not have moved much. On this channel, I made 2 videos on Pyth so far. The first one was titled, Is the Pyth Crash Coming? The second one was titled, Why Pyth Might Crash. And again, those are videos that have been posted quite a while ago, 216 days ago. Now here's the reason for that underperformance. It's token unlocks. It's an increase of the Pyth supply over time. And when the supply increases faster than the demand, then relative valuations go down. We started off with 1.5 billion Pyth, and this more than doubled in May of this year. In May of next year, we will see another unlock with the supply almost doubling yet again. Now there's still some time until May of next year, and it seems like, relatively speaking, the chart is somewhat bottoming. Does it make sense to potentially get into Pyth short term? Let's have a look at some on-chain data most people are not considering. What we've got over here is the number of wallets over time for different holder segments. So on the left side, we've got small retail. On the right side, we've got the whales. So to make that distinction, we look at minimum holding thresholds. On the left side, that's a minimum holding of 4,000 Pyth tokens. At the current price, that's a bit over $1,000. There are currently 18,000 such wallets. For the chart in the middle, we go at 10x in minimum holding. So that's a minimum of $10,000 roughly. And for the right chart, we go another 10x. So that's minimum $100,000 worth of Pyth. Now it's interesting how all of those charts tend to go up over time, while the Pyth chart is going sideways. Again, that's likely because of the unlocks. Now another interesting aspect is the recent development, namely since May of this year. The number of retail investors didn't grow that much since May. The number of medium-sized retail wallets though grew much more, by roughly 40%. And the number of whale investors grew even a bit more, by roughly 50%. Since May, Pyth still underperformed Solana by roughly 40%. So it seems like it's the whales that are somewhat stopping Pyth from falling further. I tend to trust the larger wallets more, right? Because crypto in the end is a game that transfers money from the not so skilled people to the more skilled people. So the people that already have more money, they have a good track record potentially. Thus, when the whales are buying, maybe there's something going on that we don't know of yet. The problem again is token inflation. And the second problem is that there might not be that much more upside potential for Solana. And again, Pyth is pretty much tightly coupled in terms of correlation, in terms of price movements to Solana. So if Solana cannot outperform anymore because we are already pretty high, then the US dollar valuation of Pyth is likely going to suffer from that as well. And so even though smart money is buying, I personally find this game a bit too dangerous. If you own a big bag of Pyth and you're already down 80%, then now might not necessarily be the best exit opportunity. But if you're considering to fish for that bottom, it's probably better to just do this with some play money because the risk is pretty high in my opinion. Let's see if this video ages as well compared to the prior videos. If you appreciate my honest take on things that are not just shill random altcoins, then feel free to give this a like because it helps the channel grow. Feel free to also subscribe. I publish videos regularly on this channel and I will make updates on Pyth going forward. So by subscribing, you're less likely to miss those. If you've got Telegram, feel free to join us. The link is down below. Looking very much forward to chatting with you.